Well, hello there, chums, as I, Captain Stephen, I'm back with Jett the Far Shore, and this time it's chapter Persevere, and this is going to take 3 hours to do. But yes, I'm going to be bringing you just the bits that you need to know to get yourself through this chapter, while also delivering my sort of opinions of the game as it evolves through from end to end. So this is like a giant review, come mini guide, come helps and tips and all that sort of shenanigans, merged into one. So I hope you're liking this medley. Yeah, I feel it's the best way to deliver this game, because I was going to do live streams. However, with all the text that comes up and the reading you've got to do while you're actually playing the game and then having a live chat, this really isn't a game for streamers, because there's already so much going on. Having a live chat would just be far too much, which is a real shame. I thought this would be a nice relaxing sort of jaunt that I could deliver in a live stream format. Heck no, it's definitely not one of those, but I could put these out as premieres and have a live chat then and talk you guys through what I was actually experiencing. But at the moment, I find that when I am firing up my premieres, people are talking about No Man's Sky, not this title. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. So here we go, I've actually touched down at the first point that I need to go to in this mission. I get there, and I have to wait for all the dialogue to go through, which is pretty much the thing, and it says that the coffer is gone. One of the aliens upon this planet have nicked the coffer. I don't know what the coffer does exactly. Maybe it makes the crew coffee. Who knows? But we have to go and get it back from the little alien that has nicticated this thing. And it's not a burrowing Cyclops rhino this time, people. Heck no, it's not. We've got to follow the yellow glow. So here we go. Let's follow the yellow glow. Where does it go? No one knows. Well, the game designers probably do at this point. But there you go, I'm getting stuck in the freaking trees. I thought I'd leave this in to show you just how annoying some of the actual things can be. And when you are stuck, it's very difficult to tell which way round your ship is facing. Yeah, so I ended up bouncing back into the freaking area and then had to get back out of it again. Did I get stuck again? Yes, I freaking did. Fun times! So yeah, there is a little bit of frustration when it comes to a lot of the controls, as I've pointed out as we've been going through this playlist. But yeah, I do like this new biome though. Look at this. The snowy world is very well realised. I very much like this biome. It's pretty darn sweet, so there you go. You can take in the visuals. So at the start of this mission, there wasn't a lot of gibberish to get through because the whole crew is knackered, apart from me that seems to be immune to the knackeredness. Right, so now we've come across the creature that's nicked the coffer, and it fires out this sound wave, and if you time your barrel rolly type move just right, you can break through that barrier without being hit. Now, I tried to approach this creature fast the first time I came across it, and it dived. So this time I turn off my scramjets and I approach it slow, hoping that I can take it by surprise. Nope, it still freaking dives. It dives twice, or maybe 3 times, but yeah, just go to the location where the yellowy type resonance is pointing you to. You've still got this wisp flying around. Still haven't found out what that wisp is all about exactly, but it seems to be attracted to Maya for some reason, or May, or whatever you want to call her. Right, okay, now I'm heading towards a shelter. So the gloom is coming, you know, the sun brightness type thing that burns the heck out of you, and you have to go and build a shelter. So you put down a shelter, lovely jubbly, just follow the marker where it takes you. It's the blue resonance for the shelter. And yeah, put that down. There are quite a lot of those whelks around here, so if you want to grab a load of whelks, now's the time with your grapple. And yeah, you can make a load of repair kits. You may need them, because there's something big coming up, people. So here we go. Now, ISO's clever idea is, well, we've got a little while yet until we have to sleep. So why not try one more time? And there it is. There's the creature. It followed us this time. How freaking weird's that? But there it is. It's in this little bay. And this time it's not diving. Maybe it's too shallow or something. I'm not too sure. But anyway, he comes up with the clever idea, ISO, of sticking the flag in the ground to see if it makes it angry, like it did that freaking angry evil devil bird that got us last time and disabled our engines. Right, brilliant. So here we go. He stuck that in the ground, and now we're going to get ourselves a lovely little cutscene. So here you go. Enjoy. Watch this little cutscene. Heck yes, I'll let you watch that. Yep, brilliant. Awesome. Awesome little crabby creature. So this is like a boss interaction, which is pretty darn sweet. And there are patterns. You know, like on pretty much every other game that there's boss patterns. You're going to learn this one quite quickly. If you're used to playing games that have got bosses, then you're going to be right at home with this thing. So, it's coming towards us. Hasten would be the thing to do, but no, you have a little chat first. Fun times. And then, yeah, you get to take off eventually, and then there's patterns to be said. I mean, it said to go grab the thing from its tentacles. That's the first thing I did. You don't want to be under there. And loads of oily stuff comes out that you get battered with. It puts out little waves of little explosives. You can just detonate those. Then it lifts up and you have to hit it on the underside. Then it spits out all these jellyfish that go onto the land. You have to pop all the jellyfish with your little pop moves and go pop them. So it's very obvious, because in between all of this sort of stuff, it gives you a mini synopsis. It actually pauses the game for a bit, comes up all dark, and it tells you what you need to do. Very easy, so I sped all this stuff up. What I would say is there's this weird moth creature that comes after you. That's harder to get rid of than the frickin' boss, because you have to fly around until you see one of those like dandelion things with a blue light on the top. Hit that and a load of sort of fireworks go up and kill the moth thing, or knock it down at least for a little while. Then you can go back at the boss. So you've got to protect your shelter. The jellyfish, kill the jellyfish, kill all the jellyfish. And if one manages to sneak up behind your base, you're going to see the energy going down. If you see the energy of your shelter going down, you know you've missed a jellyfish. So circle around, look for the jellyfish, kill the jellyfish. Because it kind of waits for you to kill all the jellyfish before it moves on to the next scene of putting out all those sort of like mines in the ocean, which you can detonate nice and easy. And after you detonate those, then it lifts up, you hit it on the underside. The cycle starts again. Jellyfish. But mines, hit it on the underside. Same again. And then there might be an angry moth that comes at you. And that's pretty much that. And now you go back to your actual campsite, and then you get to sleep and rest. After you've slept and rest, and you've picked up the coffer, because it drops the coffer in the ocean, it's just, you can't really miss it, to be fair. Pick it up, take it back to your camp. Now you've got to take that coffer to higher ground. Now when you pick up the coffer, it's freaking huge, yeah? Before, you couldn't use your scramjets when you've got a little ball of pollen. You've got a giant freaking coffee making machine strapped to your underside that's as big as your ship. You can use your scramjets. What the fudge? But anyway, if you haven't made those repair kits, there's all those sort of like red whelks there. Really, I should have made some repair kits, because I've only got 3 stars of health. But I'm feeling brave, and I push on like an idiot. Because yes, it gets a lot harder in a bit. Make your repair kits. Get a load, even if you've got 5 stars, make some. Make some, because the gloom is coming in a bit. You know, the big red sun-burning thing that gives you a tan like nothing else on frickin' Earth or anywhere. Yeah, that's coming soon, so yeah, it's not fun. Anyhow, get to higher ground and just wait for a while. And your buddies start coming along, you see them, there they go, blue and yellow, there they are. And you can see that they are getting closer and closer to you if you bring up the L1 sort of trigger. You can see they're coming closer. They get so close, and then they veer off and they start going another way. And that's when you have to go and reconvene with them. They've got a meeting point. So I've gone over, I've met with them, I'm going to touch down, and there's quite a lot of dialogue to go through, because this is Jett the Far Shore. Which there is a ton of mood setting. And to be fair, the mood setting at the start was quite good. The middle, a little bit, and then towards this sort of area of the mission, it starts to get good a little again. So yeah, it's pretty cool, because at the moment you're trying to establish communications again with Jowl. You know, the mothership in the sky. And you need to actually you have to tell them everything that's gone on with Octopus Tentacly Man and, you know, Jonesy and I going tripping our nuts off. Jonesy is actually thinking this planet is against us now. It thinks it beckoned us here and now is trolling us, basically, is what Jones is saying. And yeah, I kind of agree with Jonesy. There's something weird going on. I mean, why are these creatures so interested in our tech and trying to scupper us from actually laying down tracks on this planet? It's an odd one. So yeah, I'm with Jonesy on that, and because of that sort of intrigue, you're like, oh, what the fudge is going on? Is there going to be a plot twist? Is there going to be something? Whoa, we will find out. Right, okay, so now I've got to unplug these sort of gloom areas, which are like these big vortex portals, which is a bit weird. We haven't come across these big vortex portals before. So we've found a lovely little place here, picked out by Jonesy in one of her visions. Right, and what you have to do is make these triangle dudes over here angry. These little mini pyramid dudes. Okay, there's pyramids on Mars. Are they trying to tell us something? Yeah, are we going to have this happen when we get to Mars? Who knows? Anyhow, so I make them angries, and then you have to take them over to the portal, and the portal sucks them in. Very much like Ghostbusters and the traps that they slide out and catch the little ghosties. Ah, take that, ghosty. It kind of feels like that. You're sucking these little triangle dudes into a vortex. I don't know what the triangle dudes done to us. If we just left them alone, they'd probably be none the wiser. Anyhow, we're sucking these guys into vortexes for some reason. Right, so over here, there's another one that seems to be plugged, one of these vortex gloomy puddles, if you want to call it that. And yeah, when I first got here, I didn't spot that just on the right hand side of me was some of those honeycomb things. They're sort of like obscured here. There it is, you can see it just there. That's sort of like yellow. There's 2 yellow bits, those 2 orangey bits. I didn't spot that. So I went out into sea, and I just made the triangly dudes completely angry. Yeah, they get very freaking angry, to be fair. And they chase after me. So I head back to land. Yeah, it says here, look, it's still obstructed. Hopefully you haven't got that obstruction. Hopefully you saw those yellow things and done this next step first, before you went and made these angry. Okay, so there we go. And so now I'm heading back inland with all these triangly dudes after me, which is not the most cleverest idea, like I was pointing out. So let's head on over here. And you've got to be careful of that sort of line of sight thing, because it will zap you. And yeah, I just got zapped. I know that this is a review type guide, and I'm trying to give you the best tips. You're learning from my mistakes. And I do make some mistakes. I haven't made many in this whole playlist. Come on, throw me a freaking bone. Anyhow, so let's throw it over here. Use your grappling hook to pick up one of those things, and then you've got to take it to the blue pool. The only trouble is, now I've got these little triangly dudes after me. Every time they hit me, I drop the freaking ball thing, and I have to pick it back up again. Which isn't that easy, because there's like tons of those triangly little Toblerone mother effers after me. Yeah, so here we go. I've managed to get the ball, and I need to get it into the freaking puddle to throw at the freaking rock. Okay? Ball, puddle, rock. That's what I'm trying to do. But triangles are stopping me from doing that. Yeah, fun times. And it's very hard to know which way your ship is facing as well at this point in time. So if you have fluffed up like me, well done. And it's pretty darn freaking difficult to get the ball in the puddle to hit the rock. But eventually I managed to get traction, and I managed to get the ball into the puddle. And no, I dropped the ball. Fudge. I have to go back and get the ball. Where's the ball? Yeah, it's very hard to tell if you've got the ball in hand. The main thing is your scramjet will go red when you've got the ball in your capacity. It usually goes red. So yeah, that gives you an idea whether you've got it or not. There we go. I've got it. I've hit it the puddle. Boom, slap, done. And now I'm going to Ghostbuster them little triangle gits. Right, there you go. They're being sucked into there. Brilliant. So that's another one done. I made that a lot harder than it needed to be, you know. So hopefully, lesson learned. Unplug the things, then make the freaking triangle dudes unhappy. That's the trick. Unplug, make them angry. Okay, so remember that, because I'm fairly sure we're going to have to rinse and repeat this, because that's kind of what this does. It gives you a couple of easy scenarios. Not that I found that one that easy. And then you do it, but a lot harder. So wait for it. It's going to get harder, guaranteed. Righto, so now I'm heading over to another one. Now this one has got an electric symbol on it. Shite. So, you know, back when we had to get rid of all those, I think they were called thorgs or something weird, the little fluttery critters around by our main headquarters, and we had to get the electric snakes, 3 of them, to come all the way up and follow us and electrify them to get rid of them. I'm going to have to get one of those angry electric snake eel type little gits to come and electrify this to make it unplugged, before I can go and make the triangle dudes unhappy and Ghostbuster them. So this is going to be a fun one. So, right, okay, brilliant. So I need to go and find one of those eel things. Now, I've charged up my sort of, what is it called? The vapor deposit. I've got that up to 22, so I can get a bit of extra speed, because that's essential when you're upsetting these snake creatures, because they can fly faster than you, even when you've hit your top speed sort of thing. Now, if you are picking up vapor as you go, sometimes you can keep ahead of them. But if you haven't got a vapor trail, I mean, you can see there's some there in the actual ocean, but they're the ones you have to hit with the pulse, and sometimes hitting them with the pulse might upset the creature behind you. So here we go. He's gone yellow. He's catching up with me. There he is, right behind me. He's fricking on me. So now I'm going to use some of my vapor to boost away. Ah, I've lost him. Right, so let's go back. He's gone yellow. He's gone yellow. Quick. It's a shame that you haven't got like a little rear view mirror mode that you can put at the top so you can see if it is behind you. But if you've got your volume loud enough, you can hear this sort of like weird electric crackle behind you. And every now and again, you're going to see yellow sparks appearing behind you if they're getting close. So yeah, and there's a moth creature after me as well. So you can see the snake is right on me, and I've got a moth on me. I've got the snake, boom, the snake has now been knocked out and it's been unplugged, which is great. But now I've got to get rid of this moth guy. So I'm looking for something to knock the moth out of the air, some sort of spiky thing or one of those firework things. I got rid of the moth guy and we're all good. Yeah, well, I get rid of the moth guy and we're all good. So here we go, I'm back at this. Now I need to find the angry triangle dudes, and they're marked by these 3 sort of red lines in the sky, and you might see loads of red lines coming down from the sky where they are. They're not the easiest of things to spot, but once you spot them, just go over to them, and they've got all these little pyramids on the ground as well. There they are over there in the distance. So I've got to head past all these little spiky things that are sticking out the ground, these rods. You can flash those with your flashlights and get rid of them. Which is probably a good idea because you've got to go back the way you come in a second with all the triangle guys after you. So here you go. I think I've made them angry, and now I've got to head back and I've got to go past all those little spiky things, which, you know, at the moment my scramjets could get knocked off by the triangle guys or by those tentacly things coming out of the ground. There's a lot of, and also the hitboxes are quite big on these. Sometimes you think you're going to get past them and you really don't. But here we go. I've just passed over that gloom thing, and all of the triangle dudes I'm being sucked into the ground. Ghostbusters the heck out of those git bags. Yes, take that, Toblerone red dudes. Okay, yeah, there they go. Done. Sweet. And that's that done. Brilliant. Fantastic. Now, during this whole game, you're flying around in a ship. You do very little on foot. All the puzzles are solved by either picking something up and throwing it at something else to activate it, or getting something to chase you to activate it, or whatever. It feels very rinse and repeaty when it comes to a lot of the actual puzzles. Well, alrighty then. We have now done an electric shock one, and we've done one that we had to smash. Now we've been told that there's 2 to do. And guess what you've got to do for these 2? Smash one and electrify one. Yeah. Rinse and repeat stuff, but this time you go it harder. And you've got the gloom, so you've now got the suntanning evilness that is this planet at sort of sunsetty, sunrisey type time, or whatever, just dusk. I think it's dusk, isn't it? It's before you go to sleep. So, if you go to this vent by the electric one, it actually puts all the vapour into your vapour tank, meaning you can go super duper fast. Right, okay, so I'm going to charge up. Round by this as well is a load of other things you can get repair kits from. So if you haven't got a load of repair kits, you might want to stack up. Right, if you head down on this cliff edge, there's a load of sonic rings, these things that you go through, go through all of those, keep picking up the vapour as you go, make the snake angry, go back up the way you came through all those rings and pick up the vapour. You should stay ahead of the snake. This is really tedious. This took me a few tries, so yeah, this is probably try 5. Right, there you go. The snake has hit it, you can see him go off, and it's unplugged. Boom! I'm not going to make the triangle dudes angry at this stage. I'm going to go over and unplug the other one. Learn from previous mistakes. So here we go, let's go on over here. And there's the actual one that I've got to unplug. So now I'm looking for the honeycomb stuff. It doesn't look like it's behind it. You know the other one had the vapor pool. This one doesn't seem to have anything up that way. So I think I need to go back the other way. And the gloom is hitting me as well. So having the scramjets on isn't always a great idea. And you can see that I've got my shelter's health is going down as well. It's now at 73. It was on 74 a moment ago. But at least I've got full health. I've got 5 stars. Right, so now I have to go back down this way. And yeah, so I'm going very slow, like a freaking snail in tar. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah. Having the scramjets is awesome, and when you've not got the scramjets, even the smallest of boulders can sort of hinder you. I mean, here you go, I'm bouncing all over the shop now. I know what I need to do, but the frustration is actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's you're held up by so many things. So here's the actual blue ion pool. So I know that I'm going the right way. So somewhere along here should be some honey. So look, you can see there's a vapor trail there as well. They do sort of leave breadcrumbs for you. If you look for them, you can see them. So if I head on over this way, you can see that. There we go. I need to select my grapple hook, which is right on my D-pad. Select my grapple hook. And I'm going to be grabbing these little balls of nectar from these little fluttery dudes. Right, grab that. Yes, that's probably upset you, hasn't it? Yeah, well, I'm having it. It's mine now. It's mine. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. And we're going to go on over here. We're going to go through the ion pool, and then I need to throw this little glowing boulder at the rock. So here we go. There we are. Honey Pool Rock. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. That'd be quite a cool name for a band, wouldn't it? Honey Pool Rock. Yeah, let's go on over here. And let's throw that at that. Kaboom. Yes, because ships can throw, because that's the thing. Awesome. And yeah, we're going to head on over. And yeah, that's definitely unplugged. Lovely jubbly. Now what I need to do is go and make some triangle guys are very unhappy. So where are you, triangle guys? So I'm looking for 3 lines in the sky. So there's some over there and there's some over there. Right, so I spotted both. So I'm going to go do the ones over there first and pull them into the electro one. And then we'll go get the other guys angry in a bit. So here we go. It's quite hard to see the 3 lines in the sky since you've got all this suntanny, gloomy weirdness going on. But there we go. Let's just wait there for them to catch up. Boom, Ghostbusted the heck out of them. I'm going to recharge my engines because why the fudge not? And if I did want to, I could get a load of repair kits there. Lovely. And I'm heading over here and I've made these guys angry. Come along, little triangle dudes. Yes, follow the leader. And here they go. There we go. I'm like Pied Piper. Pied Piper of Toblerone dudes. Right, so now we need to go back to the rendezvous point that we came from ages ago. And yes, there's a shitload of those angry moth creatures. But luckily Jonesyman Jones says, don't you worry, I will lure them off. Jonesy flies off into the freaking distance with all those moth critters after her. Having just one of those moth critters after you is a pain in the neck. She just took on a whole freaking squadron of them. Go, Jonesy! You brave little lass, yeah! Yes, and she's probably still tripping, isn't she? But she did say something odd there. I trust in them. Or she trusts in the planet or something. She thought maybe the planet might be trolling us. Perhaps she is the flame to those moths. Who knows? But Jonesy took it on herself to take that away. We've managed to contact Jawa, the mothership, and everything is going good. We're synchronizing our datas with them. ISO is like, yes, I think we've completed our mission now. We have done what we need to do on the planet. Now we've sent all the data to Jawa. It can be analyzed. They can come down and they can start, terraforming or doing whatever they need to do to this planet to make it habitable for us. Perhaps that's why the creatures on this planet are so ticked off of us being here. Perhaps we're going to change the environment to suit us and perhaps it's going to wipe them out. I don't know at this point. So here we go. Brilliant. So ground control is pretty much done. We need to get back to ground control, actually, our little lighthouse on the hill. And, just rest up, basically. That's our little area, isn't it? So we're heading back there as a final sort of jaunt through the landscape. Or at least that's how it feels. At this point, I don't know whether there's another mission or what. But then I go unconscious again, and I have these lovely visions of Beardy Man and all sorts of other sort of shenanigans, like lovely spirograph pictures that a 10-year-old has done. And yeah, it goes on for frickin' ages. I've sped this up by ×8. I had to watch this little spinning wheel for about 4 frickin' minutes with Beardy Man and spirographs and then pictures of grass. Yeah, it took frickin' ages to get back to this bit. And yeah, they're just sort of saying that they've made contact, blah, blah, blah. Fantastic, well done team, you're all freaking awesome, especially you, May, you're awesome, you're lovely. But where's Jonesy? Jonesy has gone. So we have a little vigil for Jonesy. We light a candle for Jonesy. Ha! We've got that candle specially for you, Jonesy. That's for you. Yes, we don't know where Jonesy is. Yeah, and then we talk and we debrief. We talk about missions. Hurrah, hooray, and hurrah. You think it's a joyous occasion, but no, you can see here that Vic is actually saying we've done our bit now. It's time for us to go to sleep. All the jets have been squirreled away. Everything's good. We've tied it up. We've just got to wait now for the mothership to come down and for Jawa to do her bit. But we're okay. We can now go to sleep. Trust in Jawa. Lovely. Awesome. You can go talk to this person who's like, I'm missing Jonesy. Oh, Jonesy. Yeah, and then we go back down into this area, which is kind of new. Spirograph on the wall by a 10-year-old. Lovely. And they mention about that it could be years hence for Jal to then do their bit on the planet's surface. But hopefully that we're going to wake up to a new world. And hopefully Jal, through her lifetime, will make this planet as it should be. So we go back into hyperbolic sleep. At this point I'm thinking, great, we're going to see something awesome. Maybe see all the ships coming down and see all the city grow. No, we get credits. The credits roll, people. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's completed. I've completed Jett to the Far Shore. Is there a new game plus, I hear you say? Is there a new game plus? That'd be freaking ace, wouldn't it? No, there's no new game plus. But what you can do is replay the missions. Because you really want to. Yeah. Okay, chums, so upcoming soon is going to be my full review of Jett the Far Shore. So yeah, be sure to lock yourself in and watch that. But yeah, I've completed this game now, so I think it's fair for me to actually create a review upon Jett the Far Shore. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers! And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.